Another thing that you can do that we strongly recommend, especially if you're early in your pregnancy, is learn to squat. What can you do when you're squatting? Anybody have any ideas? Gardening, that's always the one I go for. Gardening is wonderful to do when you're squatting, you know. And if you spend a season doing your gardening in a squat, then you will learn how to be in that position comfortably, and your muscles and tendons will lengthen. And I think we all have heard before that squatting is the best way to have a baby. So if we can actually get into this position and sit here comfortably for a long time, how great that would be for us as mothers. So most people start their squats. When you first start to squat, you'll kind of go like this, and it's like, oh geez, okay? But as you stretch those muscles out longer and longer during the season, the course of your pregnancy, your feet can be flat on the floor. Your legs have to be wide to let your belly hang in between, and you can stay in this position for a long time, okay? Very, very good for you. A season of gardening will definitely do the trick, and you will stretch those muscles out. And I can tell you, I stretched mine out 40 years ago, and they're still stretched out. So they stay that way, they stay nicely. You'll notice that some cultures use that squatting position a lot. The Japanese will often squat when they wait. They've got those muscles lengthened out. They're not built any differently than we are. They just learn to use those muscles in a different way. So we recommend that you try that.
Like sitting and holding it down rather than doing like 100 squats or something is better.
But no. Better to hold it, because you're not trying to have your muscles strong, going up and down. You want them stretched out. Okay. You know, because if you get totally into a squat, if I get into a squat, I can sit here. It's not using any of my muscles.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable. If I'm doing this, oh boy. Okay, I'm done.
Okay. Good question.
Okay. So, very good question. It's about holding that position. And what a great position for having a baby to do that.
Loosening,
tightening, stretching the muscles and the ligaments. Absolutely. So,
in addition to what Becky was saying, so gardening is really great, but there's also other opportunities that I think with a lot of these movements and positions, it's about finding positions that you are doing many times a day or regularly and naturally in your life, rather than trying to carve out extra time in your life to fit these things in. So like if you already have a toddler, when you're playing on the floor with them, you're on the floor a lot with kids, so rather than going all the way down and sitting on your bum, you just go down and you squat with them. And you notice that kids will squat naturally too. And so to just kind of find opportunities, and then as you get tired, you kind of go down on your bum and rest, but then you come back up and you kind of practice your squat muscles. Or once the baby comes, squats also really help to rebuild the strength of the pelvic floor. Because, you know, we all get encouraged to do Kegel exercises after a baby, but that's just one figure 8 muscle in the pelvic floor. And really there's a whole network of muscles and different layers of those muscles. And so being down in a deep squat kind of causes your organs to come down, so it causes that whole saddle or that whole cradle of your pelvic floor to bear weight. So rather than using a diaper changing table every single time or sitting down on the floor to change a baby's diaper, that you squat and change the baby's diaper. And so just, again, like whatever it is for you, those are kind of the moments in my life where it's easy for me to kind of use my squat is when I'm playing with my son or changing my baby's diaper. So those are the ones that come up for me. But find other opportunities, whether it's during your cleaning routine or especially in pregnancy where you feel really sore and your low back can feel really tired when you first roll out of bed. For me in my pregnancies, my low back is so stiff from sleeping all night long that in my 3rd trimester, I have to like go like this until I get to my bathroom door, which is 3 or 4 feet from my bed, and then I have to use the frame to like haul myself up. And so where those muscles are so tired, sometimes I'll just kind of roll out of bed onto the floor and just kind of get into a squat and start to move those muscles and kind of